and welcome to IBTV's Story Time. We have a very cool book today called Archiesaurus, and I'm very intrigued to see what adventures we will be going on today. So get comfy, get cozy, and let's enjoy Archiesaurus. Archie put on his dinosaur costume and roared mightily into the mirror. He curled his fingers like claws in the air. Then he jumped and stomped to show his great dinosaur strength. Suddenly, as he looked out the window, he couldn't believe his eyes. "Mum! Dad! Look!" Archie called. "Ruby is in the backyard." Thump, thump, thump. Ruby's stompy feet accidentally stepped on Mum's flower bed. Swish, bam! She slipped and bumped her head on the old treehouse. Boom! Oh no! Ruby's tail swooshed against the neighbour's wooden fence. Ruby was very sad that she stumbled and fumbled all the time. But Archie had an idea. He approached his sad friend with something to cheer her up. "Ruby, this spoon might not look very special on the outside, but what you can't see might surprise you." Archie waved his spoon in the air. 1, 2, 3. Count with me. The spoon began to sparkle. 4, 5, 6. Let's go quick. A bright light appeared. 7, 8, 9. Now is your time. Ruby's jaw dropped as she saw an extravagant valley filled with sun-baked mountains, crispy grass, and juicy leaves. She carefully watched her footsteps, worried that she might break something, but Archie always stayed close by her side. "Ah!" yelled Archie as he tripped over a pinkish-green blob. Ruby rushed to help, but he just laughed and bounced back up to his feet. "Look up," said Archie. Ruby's worries turned into wonder as she plucked some of their new discoveries from the tree. "They taste sweeter than honey and totally delicious," Archie said with his mouth full. "Let's call them Raspberry Pear Whapper Zapper Crunchies." Slowly, Ruby grew more and more curious about what they would see and discover next. For the first time, she was able to dance, spin, and twirl in a large meadow. She even helped Archie cross a wild river with her stretchy neck. Then they bounced on jelly wobbles and glided on slippery ice lolly lakes. In the distance, Ruby spotted a mountain and followed the sweet smell steaming from the top. Archie huffed and Ruby puffed. The journey up the mountain was tough. Ruby nearly stumbled and Archie felt jumbled. Oh, how they could hear their bellies grumble. But they didn't give up and kept on going, till all of a sudden it started snowing. They realised that they had come too far to stop, so they clawed their way to the very top. Their reward was better than they could have ever imagined. Archie dipped his spoon into vanilla frosted apple crumble and Ruby munched on the juiciest apples. Soon enough, their bellies were full, and so was Ruby's heart. At this moment, Ruby felt ready to go home. 1, 2, 3. Count with me. 4, 5, 6. Something is fixed. 7, 8, 9. Let your light shine. Ruby felt different. She wasn't scared and she wasn't sad anymore. Then everyone helped to repair the backyard. Ruby danced with her stompy feet to make holes in the ground for Mum to plant new flowers. After that, her long neck spun around to help Archie rebuild the treehouse. Finally, Ruby twirled her strong tail to hold up the new fence for Dad. Feeling grateful, Archie and Ruby looked up at the stars and wondered where their next adventure would be. Maybe on a rocket ship in outer space, or under the sea with rainbow fish and manta rays. The possibilities were as endless as the night sky. Archie and Ruby smiled. Archie? Archie? Oh, there's my wooden spoon, said Mum. Shh, said Dad, looking over at Archie. Dad gently carried him up to his bedroom. Good night, Archiesaurus, Dad whispered. Oh, such a fantastic book. Archiesaurus was a brilliant adventure. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in my next story time.